Yay! Sending data. Now, is there sound? Okay, I'm just starting the stream up here. Just to make sure everything works, we're going to start at noon. I just want to make sure everything else is working. Oh, that is muted. Oh, good, there's sound. Excellent. Okay, let's get back to the program. Hey, everybody. I'm just making sure everything is working before we get going here. It's going to be a couple more minutes anyhow, but this is the first one, so I just want to make sure everything's actually working as it should be. So just give me a minute or two here. Excellent. This is very exciting. We should be there. Excellent. Okay, it's working. And we should go to the home page. That's great. That is exciting. Oh, that's not what I want to do. Okay, I'm going to leave it there. Just going to check. That's very good. Okay, the last thing to do is get the chat going. Hi, Steve. Thanks for saying hello. I appreciate that. Launch chat. Just got to get the chat going here in OBS. Docs. I don't know why the chat's not there. That is very frustrating. The chat is ready to display messages. Okay, well, where is the chat? Embed chat. Stream. Oh my goodness. The chat should be working. Okay, well, it's working here. So maybe I'll just hang out here. Oh, hi, Trent. Oh, sorry, it wasn't Steve. It was hi, Trent. Hi, everybody else. We're going to get going at noon here. I'm just making sure everything's working. And it's pretty much working. The chat isn't coming up where I wanted, but it's not the end of the world. So there we are. It's good to see everybody coming out and checking things out. Yeah, so today is an exciting day. We have a giveaway from our sponsor Turnto to give away. A free 6-month account to their AI research assistant. I'm very excited about that. My sister Sherry is going to be picking the winner. So if you want to enter, please just make any comment in the chat and you'll be entered in. Trent, you're already entered. And then she'll be able to pick a winner about half hour, 45 minutes into the broadcast. And we're just going to talk about some different things with Turnto. That's really exciting what they have coming out. So I'm really happy you guys are here. And yeah, we'll just give people a little bit longer to find the stream. I hope it's, well, it says it's broadcasting everywhere, so I'm going to go with that. We are broadcasting today into Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram today. So it's really, really, really exciting, and everything's working. Nice. That is really exciting. Yeah, so just a couple more minutes. So yeah, I'm looking at doing like a weekly broadcast. We'll just see how the response is and what people think. If the response is good, we'll try and keep it up every week. If the response is kind of, so it's a whole new thing for me. I've been doing the videos a long time, and I really like doing the videos. I'm like, it's time to try something new. And we haven't done a live broadcast for a long time, but I just thought it'd be a good change of pace, so I'm really looking forward to it. Okay, one more thing to check here. That was all good. Okay, well we can get started. People will pop in and out. Oh, where did the? Oh, there it is. Okay, so Turnto. I can go Alt Tab, Alt Tab, Alt Tab. Okay, I'm losing track of where I am. Let's just go this way. So 2. There we go. 2 is there. Okay. Okay, let's get going. So Turnto, they have a community app, and they also have this new AI research engine that they call AI research AI research program that they've created that is powered by, well, oh, look at that. Welcome to Turnto AI Beta Parkinson's. Your one-stop shop to everything Parkinson's, from all voices, sources, updating. Oh, I like that update. That wasn't here last time. That is really nice. So yeah, and it's just not one condition. They want to be all conditions, and they've got running already is chronic fatigue syndrome, cerebral palsy, Parkinson's, and long COVID. So if you were interested in anything like that, they've got that running already. It's medication time. Medicate, good times, come on. And I've been using this to do research for the videos lately, and it's really good. I've been using ChatGPT for a while now, but ChatGPT is really good for like overall general things. This is built specifically for medical research, so yeah, I've been using it for Parkinson's disease. It's really handy. I really like it, and I really have no complaints about it. If you've got a question, feel free to shout it out. If you've got a question you want me to enter into there for you, let me know. And this is the details about the free account. So it'll be a 6-month account, and it costs Turnto $5 US a month to run the account. So yeah, it does add up to, you take 52 weeks, half a year, 26 weeks times 5, $130. So it's 130 American value. And all I'm going to need is just your email if you're the winner. I'm just going to need your email at the end. And then we'll be able to send it to Turnto, and they'll send you a link to the free account. So I think this is a really good program for people just recently diagnosed with Parkinson's disease or any of the other ones in the list, just because when you're diagnosed, you tend to want to do all sorts of research, like tons and tons of research. And I think we can sometimes get stuck a little bit in what we're researching, or we don't really know what we're researching, or we don't know if the source is good or not. So a company like Turnto will do all that background preparation for you. Let's see. This week they've gone through 448,000 sources, 30 treatments, 1 question and answer. They've looked at 3,700 papers, 1,500 research expert views, almost 1,900 patient views, and 340 resources. So they've gone really deep into everything. To me, that's pretty darn incredible. So just to check how it works, so if I was to ask a question about Parkinson's, Yeah, let's just say I was diagnosed 8 years ago. When will I experience freezing of gait? Let's see when I think I will. I'm working on you. Okay. Can you clarify if you're already experiencing freezing of gait or if you're asking about when it might become more severe? Let's just say I have it once in a while. When will it become more severe? Great, let's go. Here we go, it is searching. This is really cool because it shows you how many things it's searching through. And one of the things I really like this, when you're looking at things in like Google or any other search engine, they don't have the patient reactions. It kind of doesn't really have that human element to this. But this does, because the community app, which is a free app that Turnto runs, they're collecting all this anonymous like patient views on treatments they're doing. And when you have your AI robot available to like scour a database that big, like with thousands and thousands of thousands of patients' reactions to all sorts of different treatments surrounding Parkinson's and the other conditions that they support, it just gives us that human element that, other search engines can't. Like they can bring up, like Google or whatever search engine you use can bring up research papers from PubMed and the NIH, but it won't have that human element. It'll just be the research paper. It won't have expert views or podcasts, local events, clinical trials. So there's a lot here that isn't available to other search engines. Oh my goodness, this thing just keeps going and going and going. Wow, that is amazing. When are you gonna stop? So no, while it's searching, which wow, I've never had to take this. Okay, now it's going through patient discussions, Turnto app comments, Turnto app posts, expert videos. Oh my goodness, it's going through a lot of stuff. 150,000 sources. Oh my goodness. This is the most I think I've ever seen for one. Okay, so it's just putting on the final touches. So an interesting thing about the Turnto Group, it's a health tech startup company based out of Australia. And they've got some pretty amazing partners now, partnered up with them. They've got the founders of Google Maps have gotten involved, the founders of Canva, the founders of Zero, and the founders of Afterworks have all come around and joined the Turnto mission. And that is basically to like democratize health research and health breakthroughs. Like they want everyone to be able, like no matter what condition you have, they want everyone in the entire world to have access to the same information at the same time. So someone in, I don't know, let's say Canada would get the update at the same time as someone, say, let's say Africa or Asia. Everybody would have the same information all the time, just like Google Maps, or the same access all the time, just like Canva. We can go to canva.com anytime we want and make our own design there. So they want to have the health industry level the playing field. And you think about it, when's the last time Google Maps has led you to the wrong address, or like on the office driven you into Lake? Like I can't remember. Or when have you like put money into Google Maps? I don't think I've ever given them a penny. But they're a successful company, and so I'm just saying, this app and this company is not going anywhere, not with that kind of support, and it's going to eventually be, I believe, in my opinion, like a worldwide thing. Everyone's going to know about Turnto. Everyone's going to have it on their smartphone or access to it somehow. So I think it's very exciting. Yeah, and if you want to check it out, you can download the community app anytime and build your profile. And that's okay. So Now, that's what we do in the Turnto AI program as well, like the web-based one that we're waiting for. Great time to grab a snack or a stretch ball. My goodness. Okay, where was I? Right, they want to democratize healthcare. We've gone a little bit off, but I'm not going to ditch anybody. All right, the Turnto app, yes. Okay, so basically the Turnto AI, you put in all your information, and then every week it'll grab, I think it's 12 or 16 sources. Every week it'll pop those into your inbox. So every week you'll have stuff to look forward to looking through. Okay, let's see if anybody's got a question. Isha Snow. That's funny. They're going to turn towards it. Good one, Felicia. That is awesome. You are entered in the draw for the free account. They're going to turn towards it. Yes, they're going to turn towards all the medical information and find us something good to look at. And hopefully soon, I don't know when, they haven't mentioned it to me anyhow, hopefully soon they'll have access to more conditions as well. And one thing, this isn't really a complaint, but one thing I have with Parkinson's disease is that, I'm not talking about Turnto, I'm just talking about just trying to fill the time until we can look at this, what it's brought up for us. What I'm basically talking about is that young onset Parkinson's disease and Parkinson's disease are kind of like almost interchangeable. This is what I found in the public's eye. Like one is almost interchangeable with the other. I think it needs to be labeled more like diabetes. You need to have type 1 and type 2. The type 1 diabetes and type 2 diabetes are very distinct from each other. And what I've found over the years, it's been 8 years since I've been diagnosed with Parkinson's, is that Parkinson's disease, and okay, I'm going to call it late onset Parkinson's disease and young onset Parkinson's disease are very, very different. They're two very different diseases. And they affect us in hugely different ways. I would just like to see a little bit more distinction there. And I think that causes a lot of confusion in the public eye. When it is distinct and different, like type 1 and type 2, totally different numbers, if they somehow had to like change Parkinson's into like official classifications, I think it would allow better treatment options to be targeted for each type of Parkinson's as well. Just because they're so different. And I don't think the medication is significant enough for both of them. I think young onset needs a different kind of medication. Like we still need the L-Dopa, but we just need it different. Just because of the symptoms and the severity of symptoms are so different. Okay, I'm getting worried that this thing is not going to give us the answer we've been hoping for. Oh, darn it. Okay. Okay, I'll give it a little bit longer, but I've just never had it take this long. We'll grab it. Okay. I'm going through my talking points way too fast. Okay, come on. You're going to have to hit the reset button. Oh, here it is. Nice. Just had to hit the reload button. Okay, deep dive made for David. I was diagnosed 8 years ago. I experience freezing of gait once in a while. When will it become more severe? So it goes into an FYI. Progression may depend on factors like your overall management and symptom control. So they found 5 research papers, 3 patient views, 5 expert views, and they're still searching for something else. So the basics. Freezing of gait is a common symptom in Parkinson's, often described as temporary inability to move the feet towards the intention to walk. The factors include duration of Parkinson's disease. Yes, we know it gets worse as you get older. I'm going to take another pill here. Okay. So yeah, with your duration it gets worse. Motor symptom progression, such as rigidity and bradykinesia, which is slowness of movement. Medication effectiveness. L-DOPA can influence fog. Freezing of gait may occur during off periods or when medication wears off. Yeah, that's definitely whenever I have it. Triggers and pattern. Freezing of gait or fog episodes are triggered by tight spaces or doorways, yes. Turning or changing directions, yes. Stress or multitasking, yes. Okay, the one I've really found is like something will be in the way. Like it could be a towel on the floor, like way on the other side of the room, but it'll still trick me up. It'll be like, okay, you got to move that towel, sweetheart, before I can walk. And she'll be like, what are you talking about? So that I know it's weird, but that towel's in my way. It's really weird. But it's difficult to predict exactly when fog may become more severe. There are strategies that can help manage and potentially slow its progression. Physical therapy, yeah, I agree with that. Techniques such as cueing, yeah, I agree with that. Exercise, that is the number one thing for everything. Medication adjustments, yes, kind of. But devices, laser canes or walkers, yes. And stress management, yes. Okay, now what do patients say? Let's show the summary of the patient views. One user described having 3 episodes of freezing of gait, which they found traumatizing. Despite their active lifestyles, including running, stress training, sought advice. Yeah, so here's some good management strategies. So this is the kind of information you're going to get from the Turnto AI research assistant. Can anyone give me more insight on freezing of gait? I've had 3 episodes. They are traumatizing for sure. What can I do to help with it? I run 3 to 5 miles every day and also do cardio strength training in the evenings. Wow, that is a really good exercise regime. But yeah, when your medications go low, freezing of gait is still going to happen. And it's more prominent in young onset Parkinson's disease than it is in regular Parkinson's disease. Just because the off periods are so severe with young onset, which is what I'm experiencing now. I tried to time my medication today a little bit better, but it's just being grumpy. What the research says, freezing of gait is a disabling symptom of Parkinson's that often progresses at the disease advancement. Research has shown that freezing of gait becomes more frequent and severe later in life. Yes, it does. Okay, did anyone else have a question you wanted me to run through here? Oh, nice, Felicia. Felicia's watching. Well, very interesting. Thank you. Okay, does anybody else have a question they would like me to run through the AI research assistant? Anything you're interested in or have questions about, let me know. I can still type, and I can still think I'll probably turn around. You know what? I'll probably come on right near the end of the broadcast. That's usually what happens. Just when it ends, I'll be like, oh, I feel better. My pills are kicking in at the right time. Okay, I'll throw in another question. There it is. If you have any more questions, okay, so we can put another question in here. This is a big one for me. What are the biggest differences between late onset and IOPD? I didn't spell it right, but they'll probably fix it for me. You're asking what difference in symptoms between late onset and young onset. I'm just going to say yes. Tell me everything. Great, let's go. See, this thing's great for doing research on videos. It's just amazing. Here we go. But we'll check back and just want to make sure it's... Okay, there it goes. Just want to make sure it works. And now that we're back at the chat window again. Yeah, one thing I would really like is better medication targeted for each condition, just like diabetes. Okay. Searching and searching and searching. One thing that's been on my mind a lot also is, should I get a deep brain stimulation? Should I get in contact with the neurologist and get online? And I'm just not sure. I'm just not sure what to do, just because, number one, the surgery freaks out. I know they've done it successfully lots lately, and there's hardly any problems. The disaster rate is like 2%. It's extremely low. But I still, oh wow, here we go. What are the biggest differences between late onset and YOPD? Late onset Parkinson's often progresses more quickly. Oh, I'm wrong apparently. It is associated with more pronounced motor symptoms like freezing of gait and dyskinesia. In contrast, YOPD tends to have slower progression, may involve more non-motor symptoms such as emotional and cognitive changes, which are less emphasized in your profile. Yes. Huh. Here I've been telling everyone that YOPD progresses faster. Maybe it's just because of my personal situation. See, I'm learning something today. LOPD and YOPD differ in several key aspects. First one is motor symptoms. LOPD, late onset Parkinson's, gives more tremors, rigidity, and bradykinesia. YOPD generally gives dystonia, which are muscle cramps and spasms. Yes, they do. Oh my goodness. When you're trying to get out of bed and your calf muscles are like super tight in the morning, it hurts a lot. And freezing of gait may appear earlier. Huh. Yeah, I started dealing with freezing of gait more around year 5 or 6. Non-motor symptoms. Late onset gets cognitive decline and mood disorders such as depression are more common. YOPD is fatigue and sleep disturbances such as insomnia are often prominent. I definitely agree with all that. Differences in progression. LOPD generally progresses more quickly. Well, that doesn't match with what I've seen. Okay, I haven't met tons of people with late onset, but the ones I've seen are doing much better than I am, even after like 10 or 16 years. YOPD progression tends to be slower. Individuals may experience symptoms for a longer duration due to the earlier onset. Okay, that makes sense. Complications. LOPD, higher risk of falls and fractures. Yes. LOPD, greater likelihood of long-term motor complications. My phone thinks it's talking to me. That's funny. Differences in treatment. I'm learning something today. Levodopa is often, this is the one that bothers me. Not because of late onset. Levodopa is often the first line treatment, as older individuals may tolerate it better. Yes, they do. They seem to take much less of the medication, and for shorter, so they don't get the symptoms and side effects that young onset get. Surgical options. Late onset, less deep brain stimulations, and young onset DBS is more considered earlier in the disease course to managing motor symptoms. Late onset focuses on fall prevention and managing comorbidities. I don't know what that is. Emphasis on maintaining employment, family, and responsibilities. And it keeps going here. I mean, this is pretty. If we were to read the whole thing, we'd be here a while. Yes, thank you, Sherry. Turnto looks easy to use. I like the button. Yeah, me too. It's really cool. Okay, does anybody have a question they'd like me to throw into Turnto? This is a ton of information. Yes, it is. They've gone pretty extensive. I mean, you could be here reading it all day. Just the one question. It's crazy. And we're probably going to have to wrap the live up soon. I'm kind of getting more off symptoms. I'm unfortunately going to have to cut this short today and try my medication, time it a lot better next time. But Trent, if you could send me your email, you're the winner. Yeah, I'm really sorry, everyone. But yeah, I'm going off here. I'm going to have to lay down. Sorry to cut the live short.